Yeah, it's a nice textural thing.
Yeah, there's protein. Wow. You could probably just about live on that.
Why would somebody make a special trip here as opposed to going to the grocery store and just picking a spice off the shelf?
Freshness and flavor, distinct differences, and also the fact that we sell most things by the ounce. So, and our prices, especially with our single spices, are very competitive with the grocery store, and you don't wind up that way with a lot of spice that you don't need or want.
So, have you felt at all anything from the recession?
Well, for one thing, people persist in eating, so it's on our side. People are spending more time cooking at home these days, so that works somewhat in our favor. Yeah, I've seen some different buying patterns from people. People are being more selective. They're buying less at one time, perhaps. But again, because they're eating at home more and because they're paying more attention to diets, they want more variety. For one thing, people often will limit what they eat so much these days. And, you can only eat so many chicken breasts or pieces of whitefish without, shooting yourself because it gets pretty tedious after a while, unless you do different kinds of things with them. We carry some relatively unusual ones. The Mexican oregano, for instance, is something you're not going to find at very many places. And then we do a couple of seasoned salt kinds of things that we do in-house. A great cocktail snack. You can chop them up and sprinkle them with salads or with squash or sweet potatoes. And then we did kind of a Mexican version of them with dark cocoa. And in this one we use cayenne pepper, and this one we use a chipotle.
Live dangerous, go for the cayenne.
One of these two, I guess.
Make her do the cayenne, because she thought I was crazy when I told her about chocolate and chili
I'm
mixing.
going crazy. I want to go for the
And you're hearing it straight from the source. He knows his business.
I want to do a little one.
Yeah, try a little one. It just depends on your tolerance level.
A
Some
little.
people think they're exceedingly spicy, but they really aren't. Oh, live dangerously. Yeah, throw caution to the wind.
If it kills her, we'll edit that part out.
If steam starts coming out,
They're really good.
Is it?
say we do about 30% of them in-house. When we added more stores, we just couldn't keep up with it. So we found a guy who had been a chef and wanted some stability in his life. So he opened a business doing spice blending. So he does a lot of our blending for us. The spice blend that we sell more than any other is our Tuscan blend. And this you can apparently do almost anything. Because I have customers who buy abnormally large amounts of it. We also have recreated spices for people, or try to come up with a facsimile of something they bought and they liked, and it's not available any longer. They'll bring in bottles and things, and we try to piece it back together for them. We've got a number of different Indian curries. We've got some Asian blends, a nice Thai coconut rub, a Szechuan.
That is what hooked me on your store.
The Thai coconut?
Goes good with tofu, stir fry.
Yeah, it's great for that. Our Moroccan spice rub is one of my personal favorites.
Another one I love.
These teas are all black teas, and the black teas have the highest level of caffeine, so some people like that, some people don't. This section in here is predominantly our green teas and our white teas, and kind of the beginning of our herbal teas. And then these teas are all either herbal teas or are based on the red rooibos, which is a South African tea. And these are all caffeine-free. Our Paris is a very popular one. It's a black tea. And that has vanilla and bergamot, which is a rather common element in lots of perfumes. And then another one that is very popular is our Florence, and that has kind of a chocolate hazelnut quality to it.
Wow.
And the green tea is my personal favorite, the Bangkok, which is a blend of green tea with coconut and lemongrass. And
Oh, wow.
I don't really like coconut, so I avoided it for a long time because coconut's just not one
I
of my
love it.
things.
That smells so
But
good.
the tea is just wonderful, and it has a really lovely quality on the tongue. It's almost like a silky quality on the tongue. It's just, so it's a great sensory experience as well as the flavor. And there's your copy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for doing it. I'm gonna go home and try all those recipes you told me about.